Ahoy! After my previous few videos about Radiant Hall and Glacius Inferno 6-wave solo, I've received tons of requests for a gear showcase video, so here it is. Let's start with the actual equipment. This Orphideus amulet is the best one I have found in almost 1900 runs so far. By the way, I did those runs before they added the 10 minutes cooltime, so runs were pretty fast back then. There isn't really anything special about the rings, except maybe that I've got Tempeus's ring, which I didn't have in the previous video last year. I replaced the Terra Grace headgear and finally rocking it with highest grade for some more defense. It really made a huge difference. I mean, it was something like 150 defense difference between the two, and that came in handy for PvP. The Carnelian I bought at plus 11 a long time ago. Fortunately, there's been an awesome event since then that gave us a bunch of chaos safeguards. So I managed to make it plus 15, and later when the new update came, plus 16. Actually, I stashed away over 1000 chaos cores to use on it, and unfortunately not once did it reach plus 17 with those cores. So I stopped trying. The bike is still the good old one that I'd been using as a wizard back in the days. The only difference is I used a Divine Converter to have it at Divine 1. Those things are too costly to be worth trying any higher. The epaulette is also still the same old one. It's not really worth switching it to Palladium for me yet. This belt is the most expensive item I've ever bought. Unfortunately, I did that before the Chaos Upgrade event, so I paid 35 billion for it instead of its current price, which is somewhere around 10 billion. This Sigmetal orb has been serving me quite well. I made the Divine on it myself with the help of some safeguards from an earlier event. You might think this coat isn't a good choice because of the diminishing returns of more than one maximum critical rate in its slots. But seriously, would you choose 2% more chance to hit a critical with triple or quadruple damage, or the addition of 200 points of damage to your hits from the 8% amp? I'm fine with max rate. This is the Mithril orb I used to have some more magic attack, and of course the astral weapon. The higher the orb in your left hand, the better your astral weapon is if you're a force-based class. Plus, Mithril bow looks nice in my opinion. Well, maximum critical rate again. You just can't have enough of it as long as you can fill it with rate. The earrings I'm generally using are vampiric, at the highest possible grade. They are amazing for staying alive in dungeons and fields, and I can recommend you to upgrade them too one day if you don't have plus 9 already. I'm using a pair of Sienna's bracelets with penetration into slots and some other bonuses. They aren't the best, I know, but still, they contribute to my damage greatly. Now, those boots are the latest addition to my gear. I used to have the same in Terra Grace, but with lower extreme, divine and upgrade, so switching to those gave me around 200 extra defense. Once again, something invaluable in wars and PvP. The effectors, well, there's not much to say about them. They are both maximized, Art of Sniping and Quick Move 2. I didn't make either of them. I'm still using an Amber Charm plus 7 and I'm quite satisfied with it. The damage reduction really helps in most dungeons and the increased battle mode duration is just awesome. This Arcana of Chaos is from the days of the very first bingo event in the history of Cabal Europe. For finishing a board we got a pair of plus 8 Arcanas, Chaos and Laws. And when the famous Chaos Safeguard event I mentioned arrived, I managed to get it to maximum 2. The Talisman was plus 7 when I bought it, and the same thing happened to it as it did to the Arcana. Yep, it was the Chaos Safeguards once again. And last but not least, the Arcana of Laws. I wasn't as lucky with this one as with the rest of the Chaos items. I ran out of safeguards at plus 14, so close yet so far from plus 15. By the way, check the video description for a link to that upgrading session with those safeguards. As for my trusty companion, I have recently given him a new appearance, something I've been wanting to do for a long time. The stats remain the same though. That plus 30 MP was the result of me trying to use the 3 selective untraining kits that I had from yet another special event. Well, it didn't work out quite well. The original slots I bought a long time ago, and after the update with the expanded pet levels, I had a few resets of the Covenant slots. I dare say these have been the best options so far. Speaking of pirates, I'm still wearing this costume. Did I mention I like maximum critical rate? There's also a hat to go with it. That plus 50 attack was the result of my very first applied costume epic converter. There are a few more things that I keep in my inventory, such as a critical ring that is used to replace the Ring of Luck when I'm using Aura. Then there are those PvP and Mission War items. A pair of defensive earrings to replace the vampiric ones. Well, they are from yet another old event. Unfortunately, I couldn't get my hands on plus 7 ones. Then there's a so-called Resist bike, a budget one of blue grade. It sometimes helps me in PvP, effectively decreasing my attacker's rate by 20%. The Epaulet of Laws has a similar purpose too. I just replace those things when I'm in a tight situation. Oh, and that Amulet of Resistance is also from the same event as the earrings. Once again, that's one grade below the highest one. As for the passive skills, I chose to focus on defense rate. I've got the most important ones, HP and the 2 for magic attack, and being a force archer, I didn't need attack rate, so I learned both for defense rate and a higher one for defense. Now let's see what else is there. Runes! I've got all the basic Essence runes and some of the extra ones as well. You see 22 rune slots, and my latest addition is Defense 2. I guess I might have gone a bit overzealous about defense lately, but that's the reason I can stay alive in the 6th wave of GI. The blended runes are still the same. They are practically useless, so I've only got the ones that we obtained through events that were account binding anyway. And then there are the titles. I'm currently using the King of Pirates as the displayed one. It doesn't actually have any effect. You get that for killing the last boss of a vacant Forbidden Island in hard mode 50 times. The special title is the one that's awarded for being in a guild that is level 12. It doesn't have bad stats actually. The PvP one is the title for Honor rank 20, which gives a bunch of resistance stats and some HP. And the ability title is the one for combined level 1400. I unlocked the 7th and 8th character slots just for this title because it's so awesome. And it was worth it. Though I must add, the character slot extenders were at a discount back then and vouchers were much cheaper than now. I don't think I'd do it again with the current voucher prices. I've made some progress in the honor medal system as well, so I've reached grade 1 and soon grade 2 of Commander. But considering how expensive it is to open those slots in the Commander section and how little we get in return, I won't be doing that anytime soon. My overall level is currently 81 and I'm hoping to reach 85 before this XP boost event is over. My next target is penetration 2, but for that I will need to feel add damage before it, which is practically useless. Anyway, here's the defense section. Well, my targets in here were resist, amp, defense, damage reduction and ignore penetration. The rest will have to wait until I'm done with the attack tree. Oh, and of course there's the merit mastery. I must say it has gone through an impressive increase since my last gear showcase video. The last thing I learned was expanded accuracy 2 and the next one is going to be expanded accuracy 3 because that would give me 340 accuracy in fields and dungeons, which would solve my missing problems for the rest of my Cabal career. In the Ignore Accuracy tab, I kept everything except defense rate at the minimum. That 400 or so evasion is kinda useless, but the defense rate bonus is insane. The Ignore Damage Reduction tab has penetration in it, which was the very first thing I maxed in the whole Merit Mastery. Add damage is kinda useless though, so I kept that to the minimum. In the Ignore Penetration tab, I've got defense and damage reduction maxed, and my plan after accuracy is to get the rest of the Ignore Penetration from this one. And I think that's about it. Here's a summary of all the stats I've got right now. Well, I don't know what to say about that, so just feast your eyes on it. Oh, and here it is with the PvP and war items equipped. As I mentioned, I only use most of those in tough situations because they decrease my damage greatly. Well, if there's anything else I forgot to talk about, remind me in the comments and I'll answer or make a sticky one or whatever. Also, there's a link in the video description to a guide or explanation of the merit and honor medal systems in case you aren't familiar with those. And about Force Archer skills, combos, battle mode trees, synergies and stuff like that. So I hope you enjoyed the video and